Hello.
I can hear you.
Live.
Hello, can you hear me?
We're live. Yeah, you guys, we're live, guys.
Yes, we are live now. Let me start to record this.
We've got 20 people watching.
Really? Mine's, oh. I don't know.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, people. Yeah,พี่ยุ้ยบอกกรี๊ด
Okay. Just hold on.
เจนมาแล้ว
Hi.
จะเขียน
Hello. Are we on? Yes.
Testing.
Hi, everybody. Who are we having here? We have Daniel, we have Metinee, we have Cindy, and we have Saxit here. And also, thank you very much. Samitik Subanchong is working behind the scenes, so we probably will hear her at some point, helping us going through this Zoom thing that is so new to me as well. First of all, thank you everybody to join us today. I have to say that this program will be run in both Thai and languages. Thai and English language. And I'm sorry, I'm not the professional MC or moderator. So the rest of you, three of you, you are. So let me introduce you one by one. The first one I would like to introduce, she is the iconic model of Thailand. She is also an entrepreneur. She is also the mother of us all. Please welcome Kathy Metinee Kingpayome.
Please. No photos, please. Get away. Social distancing. 2 meters. 2 meters.
Okay. Where are you, dear darling Kathy?
I am in my villa in Phang-nga, and I've been here for 1 month now. And actually, I will be on my way back to Bangkok tomorrow morning.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Before we going further, let me introduce the second one who are here with us. She is also the supermodel of Thailand. She is also the host of Asia Next Top Model for so many seasons. And she is also the mother of 2 very good looking kids. Apart from that, she is also an activist herself. Everybody, please welcome Cindy Bishop.
สวัสดีค่ะ
I have my dog in the house, so you probably hear her reaction more or less.
I have my kids locked up in the bedroom.
All right, can I be rude? Can I use the rude word as well? Oops.
Yeah, you
okay.
can.
Cindy, where are you, darling?
I'm in my living room in Bangkok, where we've been for the last month, over a month now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's been like, as with everyone else, we're all sheltering in place, staying home, staying safe.
Yep, true.
Trying not to kill each other.
True. And okay, thank you. I will go back to that point, and let me introduce the last one in the house. We are all Thai here. We have Kathy and Cindy and us and me, 3 Thai people here, but also we want to have the guests that can give us the different dimension, of the how to stay home, how to keep creativity, who is not Thai. But this guy, somebody already know him from as well, Asian Next Top Model. He is the host and the judge there at the program, and he is also an author, and he is also one of the best fashion director of Asia. And he is also the dog lover. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Boey.
You know what? I may not be Thai, but I'm a huge fan of all things Thai, and the president of all the 3 of you, all of your fan clubs.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. We love you.
Okay, so today is not about, you know, the subject is creativity and staying at home. And we're not trying to be the guru here. I don't think any one of us know what we are doing at the moment. We're just trying to survive day by day and not, you know, being sane and not killing each other and try to be nice to our family as much as possible. So today is about brainstorming. You know, I want to know what happened to you guys, what happened to you at home, and especially three of you, you guys never stop. You always do something. And have to stuck at home for almost a month or more. I think, Kathy, you've been more than a month, right?
Yeah, just about, yeah, here. I mean, the moment
So
things started to look bad, I decided to drive down right away.
So you are in Phang Nga, right?
I'm in Phang Nga, so we're at the very tip of Phuket. And I decided to drive down. So I got my mom and my brother and his family, and we drove down because my son Sky goes to school here.
ครับก็สำหรับท่านที่รับฟังอยู่เป็นภาษาไทยนะครับคือตอนนี้เรากำลังคุยกันนะครับในsubject ของ creativity แล้วก็ staying at home นะครับคือการใช้การ creative นะครับกับการอยู่บ้านซึ่งมันเป็นจริงๆแล้วมันเป็น2อย่างที่ค่อนข้างจะขัดแย้งพอสมควรสำหรับคนที่ทำงาน creative เพราะพวกเราเนี่ยค่อนข้างที่จะชอบที่จะเดินทางทำนู่นทำนี่ทำนั่นไม่หยุดแต่ตอนที่เราหยุดอยู่ที่บ้านเราก็เลยเกิดหัวข้อนี้ขึ้นมาว่าจะทำยังไงโดยที่วันนี้เนี่ยมี3ท่านที่เป็นแขกรับเชิญนะครับก็จะมีคุณซินดี้คุณแคที่คุณแดเนียลนะครับซึ่งทั้ง3ท่านเนี่ยก็จะมาให้ความคิดเห็นของตัวเองเราจะไม่พูดว่าความรู้หรอกเพราะไม่มีใครคุยความรู้ไม่เคยติดอยู่กับบ้านขนาดนี้มาก่อนในชีวิตนะฮะนี่ก็คือพยายามดิ้นรนกันไปวันต่อวัน Okay guys, I have asked you guys to do a bit of cooking. You know what I miss the most is going to the restaurant, going to the cafe and sitting and drinking with friends and chatting and gossiping. So I asked you guys to cook something and bring some drinks, bring some food onto the, you know, to the panel. And let's say, just pretend and imagine that we are sitting in a cafe somewhere and we all just order our food. So let's go for one by one who prepare what today. Let's go from Kathy first. What did you bring today, darling?
Okay, so my menu basically, so I used to have a bread maker. So you know, my family, we were big bread eaters and cheese. So I used to make raisin bread in the bread maker, and it's broken now. So I haven't been able to make raisin bread. But so I decided, since I have all this time and the bakery down the road from us is closed, I decided to find a recipe for cinnamon raisin bread, and I made it. So
just
this
moment,
is,
darling. Samiti, could we have the slide, please? ขอรูปด้วยครับผม
So, okay, there we go. And that's the first batch. So the picture, the photo ที่ทุกคนกำลังดูอยู่ right now is actually the first time I made it. And so it's basically a swirl. You know, basically think of it as a cinnamon roll, but basically raisin bread. So that's why you have the swirl. I made that, yeah. So it's the first time making it, and then today I made another one, and it looks actually better than the one in the photo. But it's quite easy. The ingredients ก็คือ ingredients ภาพที่2นะคะคุณสมิธ Basically, it's pretty much what everyone has in their fridge, I think. So basically, it's milk, unsalted butter, honey, yeast, all-purpose flour, salt, and eggs, and then raisins. And then for the cinnamon filling, it's soft brown sugar, cinnamon, ground cinnamon, unsalted butter again, and a tiny bit of salt. So the thing is that basically for bread makers, for people who do make bread, the difference in making a normal bread here is you're heating up the milk, the butter, the honey, and the yeast first. So basically the milk, the butter, and the honey, you heat that up first, and then you let it cool slightly, and then you add the yeast, and then you sit it for 10 minutes, and then what happens is it starts to foam. It gets all bubbly and foamy, and then so you add the rest of your ingredients, and then you let it sit for about an hour to 2 hours, depending upon the temperature of your room. So basically in Thailand, you'll let it brew for about an hour, and then so you just follow basically the method here that everyone can see. And then you bake for about 45 minutes. I baked mine for 40 minutes, and then done. I see Saxit answering his phone.
Looks so good. I want.
But the important thing, if you go to คุณสามิตรคะลงไปที่หน้าสุดท้ายนะคะ so the tips that I want to give those bakers or people who are trying this is, the best thing is to soak the raisins first for about 10 minutes, because like I buy my raisins from Macro, the big industrial bag. So the raisins are kind of like dry and small, but when you soak them, they get really soft and puffy, so they're really nice. And then the other thing that I would recommend is, this is for all baking. Anytime you're baking something and the top of your cake or your bread seems to be burning, just put a tin foil on top, and that will stop the top from burning, and then the inside will cool. Other than that, it's easy peasy, really. And the way it puffs up when it's proving, it's amazing.
Fantastic.
กลับมาที่จอ live ได้ไหมคะ Right, so this is what my today's bread looks like. So you could see that it swirls. So
beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful, darling.
And I'm drinking it with an iced coffee.
Very good. Can I ask everybody, all of us, to turn off the telephone, and also the telephone voice is getting like echoing in the
feedback.
Okay, that is very nice. I actually cannot imagine you could make that. I thought you actually bought it from the local supermarket.
I wish, but apparently where I live, there is no supermarket. So that's why I'm doing so much baking.
Okay, probably you got a new carrier coming soon.
Maybe.
Okay, next, what are you bringing to show us today, Daniel, to join in, on the table?
Oh, wow. Okay. Unlike the three of you, I'm not as talented. I can't bake. I can't cook. I wouldn't cook for my worst enemy.
Oh no!
But what I try to do, we're all in lockdown and all, is to try and support Singapore businesses, small businesses, and that's what I've been doing every day. I've been trying to order in my meals and all. So today for tea, I've got cakes and tea. So,
wow.
Yeah. So the cakes are from this wonderful place called the Fabulous Baker Boy. Juwanda, who's a baker, is also an actor. And right now, all of us are, that's Juwanda in the corner. And he's the person who's baked all these wonderful cakes. The one that's the brown little cake is called the George Clooney. The one, the lavender cake is called Bette Midler. And the other one is called Lady Marmalade, and they're all amazing. There goes my diet. And to wash all that down, I've got tea. I've decided to make an iced tea version, but my tea is from a Singapore company called Et Tea. That's spelled E-T-T-E. And he does all these wonderfully amazing Asian flavors. He's got like chicken rice tea, he's got nasi lemak tea, he's got really, really exotic flavors. And they are as fragrant as they taste. So the tea which I picked today is called The Moon Represents My Heart. So all of you karaoke fans, you know exactly what I mean. And tea is served. So here is everything. I'm trying not to lift it up because I don't want to drop it. These are the cakes, if you can see them. Victor's also very cute.
Yes. Who is he?
There he is, having his tea at home.
All right.
I picked up the cakes earlier. We try to pick up the cakes and we try to pick up the food ourselves so that they don't have to spend money on delivery and all. So the money goes directly to the vendors. So this is the cake. That's
Life,
George. That's Bet, and that's Lady Marmalade. And this is that tea.
Woo.
Just one moment. Okay. And so I think you were trying to go to the local auntie tea shop, and she was sold out, right?
That's right. See, there was this elderly lady who had a shop in Bedok, which is a part of Singapore, and she would open the store every day, but because nobody would frequent it because we're all in a partial lockdown, some people posted and said, why don't we just go and support her? So in the past few days, she has completely sold out. I went today to try and get some food so that I can support her, and her store was shut. So
Yay!
Yeah, so that's a great thing. I hope Auntie can finally get the rest she deserves.
Oh, that's
That's lovely.
Thank you for the story and the cake. I hope you don't eat it all.
Too late.
Too late.
Okay, next we come to Cindy, who just like, when I sent to her about a week ago that, we have to cook, and she just didn't read it. and then she just sent me the text. What? Are we cooking something? Just like, I'm not so into this. Today, she sent me 45 minutes before the show started, 3 menus.
Great. Oh,
3 menus. Oh, Miss Cindy.
Wait.
Let's go. What do you do?
Well, just to say, I've been like 2 kids, you don't have a lot of time to read documents. I'm actually, and yeah, it was really last minute. And I didn't know that we were supposed to, I thought we were going to be doing the live and cooking. But then I realized, anyway, so then I decided to do cheese. My 3 versions of cheese that looks super fancy, but actually really easy to do. So I have, and these are all like great party, because you said, let's have a party, right? Like yes. You missed the cafe atmosphere. So I created a cafe atmosphere.
Wow.
So we've got grilled halloumi cheese right here. I don't know if you guys know halloumi cheese, but it's like a kind of salty, rubbery, little bit of a texture cheese with a pomegranate salsa. And then you actually dip it in the honey here and then eat it with the pomegranate salsa. And it's like salty, tangy, sweet, all in one bite. And it's lovely. And this is baked camembert with rosemary and garlic on top. Again, super fancy, but really super easy to make. You just cut it, shove a few things in there, put it in the oven, and it looks amazing. And then my other very easy go-to refreshing is the watermelon feta mint salad. We eat this like all the time. The kids love it. In fact, Layla saw me making it. She's like, I want to eat it. I'm like, wait till I'm done with my life. So these are really just nice, easy recipes if you're throwing a party or if you want to just feel a little bit festive. And if you're a cheese lover like we are, then yeah. So I've put all the recipes here. And what I'm drinking is actually a creation that... Okay, so that's all. You can see the cheese. That's the halloumi. And then the baked camembert.
My God, that looks good.
So we did all, I ran out to the store this
that
morning and
very
then
good.
came back. I was like,
So what are you
Yeah,
drinking?
and then I'm drinking again. This is like your home, right? You start ending up cleaning out your closets and your cupboards, and I came across this random bottle of cinnamon syrup. I don't even know what year I bought it, but it still tastes all right. So I mixed it with apple cider. This is non-alcoholic, by the way. It looks like a cocktail, but I may add some vodka later after I'm done with the live. Apple cider, cinnamon syrup, a little bit, and soda.
Wow.
And I put some lemon and mint in it, and it's like I'm on vacation.
You are.
Oh God,
Wrong
no.
one.
The bad news is you are on vacation.
For indefinitely.
All right. So thank you. That looks yummy, everyone. And also, you know, now I have my cooking as well. I made like very ambitious. I made a Peking duck yesterday.
Wow.
It's the first time I
Really?
ever made Peking duck in my life. Actually, it's the first time I ever cooked.
What? Wow.
This is the Peking duck from yesterday.
Ooh.
Doesn't look that nice today, but you know, just look at the picture.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So
You
the
got
reason
that
I made
off
the
the
Peking
internet,
duck
didn't you?
is because apart from I been wanting to have some, and it's very difficult to find now. It's also because I want to have something that more difficult to do. You know, it's like a project, something that I can learn from this time that I'm having so much free time, right? So just trying to do something that you don't think that you can do, and trying to do something that you would think that, you know, it cannot be done in the normal situation. I wouldn't make Peking duck when I was during the working time, definitely. So the ingredient, I think, you know, if I'm gonna go through how you make the Peking duck, that is gonna go like quite taking a long time. So what I'm gonna say is basically you just have to glaze the duck, and you know, you glaze it with honey, soy sauce, and vinegar mixed together with water, and keep glazing the duck for probably 5-6 hours, 7 hours, and let it dry. And then the second thing is you put the oven into you put the duck into the oven for about 2 hours. One of the thing is with the duck, you need to split the duck between the
skin and the meat.
The meat.
And the meat.
What do you use to put the air in?
Yes, you can put the air in. I don't have any equipment to put the air in. I'm not into blowing the duck ass. So, so what I did is I fingering it. I just like put my finger going through the flesh and the skin and the meat, and to split it. So that is how you make and I just realized why I have to do that. First of all, I read it on the book that I have to do that. I didn't understand why, but when you put the duck in the oven, you start to understand, because when it cooks, the gap between the skin and the meat, there is some gap there that the hot air can go in, and it make the skin become like cooking separately from the meat.
Crispy.
So
Wow.
it's together, so the skin become more nicer. Okay, but I was stupid enough, as I said, that I never used the oven before. I'm Thai, and Thai never cook anything in the oven. So I actually put it on grill.
Oh no! So what happened?
For the first 20 minutes until Andrew pointed out, and then so the back of the duck looked better than the front of the duck because it was totally burned.
Oh no!
Anyway, next picture, please. Anyway, it was, when it came out, it tastes very nice. It doesn't have that. Like when you go to the Thai Chinese restaurant, that the skin is very crispy. I couldn't manage to do that. But the taste of the whole thing together, with the sauce and the whatever you put together,
amazing.
is actually nice. So
Mm.
it's not,
Oh, wow.
I have to say, even though it's look like it's having a dark skin like me, but it tastes delicious like me as well.
Did you make your own roti as well?
The roti come direct from the frozen pack. It takes 40 seconds, very easy. And I made this, you know, the tea to come along, to go along with the Peking duck. So I'm gonna drink here with you and talk with you. Okay, let's move on. First of all,
Cheers, by the way.
Yep. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes.
Guys. Okay, Daniel. We just start to talk a bit about Singapore. I would like to know, how is Singapore now? How is the situation? Can you go out? Can you work? Can you how serious the situation is?
Well, we are in a partial lockdown, which means people who are not in essential services have to stay at home. We can't work. And obviously fashion shows are not an essential service. So I'm stuck at home.
Should be.
It should be. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So we've all been working from home. And in fact, actually, I'm really enjoying it. My dog is loving it because I'm at home 24/7. But otherwise, we're allowed to go out and exercise. I can walk my dog every day, but we have to wear a mask when we leave the house. So it's just a matter of being responsible. But otherwise, I think some people are coping with it better than others. And what we've really seen is how Singaporeans are coming together to help the less fortunate. You know, there are petitions and there are movements going on to take care of the older generation, the poor, the migrant workers. So that's one thing good that's come out of it, that we've all banded together. And you know what they always say, your true personality comes out in times of crisis, and in dark times like this, a lot of people have risen to the occasion.
Yeah.
So we're hanging in there.
Okay. Yeah. You know, I think we are all in this together, and it's probably the first time ever in everybody's life that, you know, everybody in the world facing the same problem and having to wake up to the same situation every morning, and that is quite unusual. Okay, and Cindy, where are you? You are in Bangkok, right?
I'm in Bangkok, but I have my mother, elderly mother. She lives in Pattaya by herself. So we've been going from our house just to her house, just to keep her company and go help her go grocery shopping. So we go there 4 or 5 days and then come back here 4 or 5 days. We were homeschooling, but now our school has decided to extend the Easter break. So the kids are actually not on break for another 3 weeks. So in a way that is not as much pressure, because homeschooling, if anybody has kids, it's a lot to deal with, a lot to kind of manage, especially with younger. Aiden's a bit like, can't sit still. So we are here and trying to be creative about how do we use our time, not just stay in front of the TV and, you know, and trying to work in between, you know, it's a bit challenging, but it's definitely, you know, creativity. If we're going to go back to your topic, creativity is born out of necessity. It's when you are forced to think of new ways to do things, innovation, you know, definitely is getting us to explore new angles and new avenues.
Yeah. And Kathy, you're in Phang Nga. I don't think you travel much out of your house, right?
Well, so Phuket is completely closed, so no in or out by air, sea, or land. But luckily enough, we're in Phang Nga, so it's partial lockdown. So we're by the beach. At the moment, the beaches are closed, so no walking on the beach. But the first week when we came down, we were still able to take our dogs for a nice run on the beach and you know, spend the afternoon there, but that stopped. But so we kind of have a routine, you know. We wake up, well, I get into these like baking, like, what do you call them, flashes. So I'll bake for like 4 days all day, and then I'll stop for 2 and I'll bake. So I wake up, because our local bakery is closed. So I'll wake up at about 5:30, 5 o'clock, 5:30, because I'm a mom. So it's my body alarm, wake up. So I come down and everybody will have fresh baguettes at about 9 a.m.
Wow.
It takes that long, yeah. So this was this morning. So I've decided, I really, this is this morning's, one left. So and then we do some exercises in between. So everybody gets, we go on the deck by the pool and we do some core exercises, and then, you know, we play a lot of we've got this game that we love called Catan or Settlers. Yes, so we do about 4 or 5 games a day. It gets very competitive and we're always yelling at each other, but you know, we still love each other. And then I go, you know, we're in the pool and then out, and then the kids are reading. We're doing arts and craft challenges, and then I go for a run at about 4:30 to 5 for an hour. I come back, play a bit of croquet, and then it's shower, and then it's dinner time, and then we do a movie, and then that's it. Our day's over. So it's been like this for about a month now. And then, so it's basically like we've been on holiday. That's why I'm in my uniform for my days here is bikini all day. I'm in my swimsuit. And so basically holiday's over for me because I have to go back to Bangkok tomorrow. So I'm driving. I'll be driving about 10 hours plus tomorrow.
So, wow, that's something. Yeah. I think we all are all more or less having similar schedule.
I think so, yeah.
But depends on who are more, you know, active than the others, I think. Yeah. But tell me, you two mothers, how are you explaining to your kids? How do you use the creativity to deal with them during this time? Let's go.
They know what's up. I mean, I'm not sugarcoating it or anything. They need to, I think the more honest you are with children, the better they are able to cope. And this is not something that any of us have lived through. It's hard for us to cope. And so how do we make it in a way that we tell them the facts, but then we also continue life as normal as possible, right? They need to know that, okay, mommy and daddy have it under control. We're safe. There's some sort of plan, if not for the week, at least for the next day. And they see the news, we watch the news, we talk about it, and they understand. I mean, they miss their friends, they miss going out, but other than that, no issues. I don't have to like create imaginary scenarios or anything for them. They know what's up.
But then I have seen you do a lot of video with your kids.
Yeah.
Tell
we
us.
We do. So, I mean, you know, we still have to like be relevant, stay kind of on social media and stuff. It's hard when you're only in your house and the content starts to get limited. But we're very active. We work out together as a family. So I just started doing workout videos, and people kind of appreciate that because it gives them an idea to, oh, okay, you don't have to just do separately. You can make it fun. It's a bonding time. You know, kids in the kitchen, we shoot that. It's, I think this is a moment of sharing. Like everybody is using a lot more social media to connect and to see what everyone's doing and just making sure that they're not alone, you know? So if there's some way that we can help give each other ideas, or at least just be like, it's okay, we're you're not the only one. Yeah, the kids have fun.
And Kathy, Sky is a swimmer, right? And
yes.
Obviously, I know you have a swimming pool at home, but how does he feel about not be able to go to do training? Is he happy or is he unhappy or what?
I think he's quite happy that he doesn't have to train, but he still does train here because we've got a about 14-meter pool, so it's not too bad. You know, it's difficult to get him to keep up with his training because he does more when he's at school. And, you know, so cause he feels like he's on holiday. So, you know, to get him to do his lengths or laps in the pool is sometimes a bit of a struggle. He, you know, about the whole situation here, you know, I don't think he knows how important it is to, when he's out, to be careful and wear a mask and wash your hands and he knows what's going on, you know, like your kid, Cindy, but it doesn't really faze him. I think it's because we're within our perimeter. You know, we're lucky enough not to be stuck in you know, in a 2-bedroom flat condo or whatever. So there's space to run around. So it's and his cousin's here. That's one of the reasons why I decided to come down, so he can, you know, him and his cousin can play, so he's not alone. So it's kind of like we're on holiday. It's like Easter holiday, really. So, you know, I think he's quite happy about not having to train as much. But, you know, it's a shame. The thing about this whole thing is that he was supposed to compete in the Thai nationals. And he would have had a really good chance, we think, of being in one of the finals for, you know, one of the strokes. And that was something we all were looking forward to. And now it's been postponed indefinitely. So it's kind of like, that sucks, you know,
just
because he could have done really well. Yeah.
Just thinking about those who are going to the Olympic, then they cannot go. So that guy is doing quite okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah. And yeah, I'm in Prachuap Khiri Khan, and basically we just stay home most of the days, you know, and our highlight during the week is to go to macro. That would be our highlight of the week, and you know, that is what we really enjoy, and that is where the idea of taking that come from.
You know, I have to pass by your house on the way back into Bangkok. I should stop by.
Oh yeah. I can show you the Peking duck. It's still not finished.
You guys can trade cinnamon bread for the duck.
Yes. Yes. But you have to stand 2 meters away from me.
Just throw it in my mouth.
Okay, Daniel. So obviously we cannot go to work. We have to do work from home, which is a new thing. I don't know if it's a new thing for you or not. It's a new thing for me because I usually wake up every morning and go to work. But you know, stay at home. Work from home. How do you like the idea? How are you dealing with it now?
Actually, you know what? I'm kind of used to working from home because before I started working in an actual office, I was freelancing, and freelancers usually work from home. I'm actually loving it. You know, I like Kathy, like Cindy. I've got a routine. I wake up at 5 every morning, walk my dog at 5:30, come back, feed her, and then I have my shower. I try to walk her early in the morning to avoid the crowds, right? And so she'll have her freedom and all as well. And then I do some exercises, shower. But what I try to do to give myself a bit of discipline is I dress up, you know, so that if I'm in a uniform, I know I'm in work mode. I sit at my table, I work. Otherwise, it's so easy to just, my bed's calling, my dog's calling, Netflix calling. Yeah. So I try to instill a bit of discipline by dressing up. And in the evening, when I'm off work, I take off my uniform, I shower, I play with my dog again, and it's completely off work. So I try to keep that discipline, and I try to keep the work hours as well. But surprisingly, I've been even busier than ever, you know, because right now we're all having to react. All our shows are cancelled. Obviously, we can't do stuff. So everyone's trying to collaborate with us to come up with new ideas as to how we can run events. Everyone's talking about TV shows, digital and all. So you're constantly just in one meeting after another, and it's always brainstorming. And I love that. At least it keeps me busy. Oh, I've also written 4 children's books over this period.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah. I wrote my first children's book in December. It's about adopting a dog, and and that was that had quite a good response. So my publisher was just talking to me about whether I would like to write some a few more books, and I said I have no time. This pandemic is killing me. And then lo and behold, we had a lockdown. I think the authorities heard.
Oh, good.
So I written
Oh,
out.
wait.
No excuses. No excuses now.
I know, yeah. So you'll be the first to get the book as soon as it's out.
Yay!
Yay!
All right. So do you think this is going to be the new normal, working from home?
I think yes. I think when we go back, when everything's cleared and we go back to normal life, I think normal life is going to be very, very different. In fact, normal work as well, you know, events and all that, television shows, they're going to be very different now. And maybe this is the push that everyone needs to innovate. I don't know.
Yeah, I think one of the thing is during this time for me in particular, I have a lot of free time. You know, I'm fashion designer. I'm also event organizer, and both of the job is literally gone with the wind. It's just like I don't have much to do, but I still have to plan. What can I do from the time that I don't have anything else to do? So what I'm doing is I'm trying to find myself a new project, thinking about what I can do out of this situation. How can I, just like, doing this program with you guys is one of the projects I'm trying to do, which I wouldn't do it in the normal situation. First of all, I wouldn't have time to do it.
Yeah.
Second of all, I don't have, I think everybody going to be too busy to like get together. But unlike now, when I say, today you say yes, tomorrow, fine. The next day I'm free too. So it's quite easy to, there is the positive part of it as well. If you think about it, there are a lot of things that you can create out of this situation. And listening to three of you, one of the things that I think is quite important to hold yourself together during this situation is having the schedule. That like Kathy woke up 5 o'clock in the morning. Daniel, you know what you're gonna do. You have your meetings, you have to write, and Cindy, you also know what you have to do during the day with your kids and your work as well. So I think that keeping the schedule is having the schedule and follow the schedule. That is a way too. That is for me listening to you guys. So tell me, what is coming to your mind, to your head, first thing in the morning this day? Cindy.
Mine is just, but the first thing is always the kids. Like, okay, what is it that they have on their plate today? Whether it be schooling or, because once they're sorted, then I know how to plan my own. But that being said, I'm finding it now even more of a priority to make time for the kids, make time for myself, and also make time for couple time. Because when we can't leave the house, everything just gets jumbled up. And like you're saying, it really takes a toll. It can be quite stressful, let's just put it that way, on everybody. So if everybody has their time that, okay, you're doing this, I'm doing this, that at least, it's a variety. So my first thought is always like, all right, what is it that we're doing today? And we now, like you said, I'm getting a bit more time to think about what I want to do, right? Or what I can do, because like you, a lot of my work is events and TV shows and lakon, and that's been put on hold for I don't know how. So, when you've got kids to feed, and it can be quite stressful to think about, okay, what's our next step? So one way that I try to find calm the anxiety is look and see, okay, what am I still good at? Like what gifts do I have that I can still use? Whether that be art, I do sketching, which is something that I haven't had time to do. I don't know, maybe there's something there. Maybe there's a way that I could collaborate in some different way that I haven't had a chance to. So a lot goes through my mind first thing in the morning. But it's just trying to figure out, okay, what's our next step that helps?
And then you, Kathy?
Well,
Cinnamon roll.
Well, the first thing that I do when I wake up is I look at my clock and like, okay, it's not 6 yet. So the first thought is bread, fresh bread, right? I think, seriously, I have pictures of baguettes in my head because when they're fresh out of the oven, you know, it's like everybody just comes and attacks the bread, you know, and so, and it's nice. But I've had my fretting. I've fretted about, you know, what am I going to do with work and what are we going to do with money and and that and all that. I've done that the first week of all this. So now I've just and then after that, I've, you know, just put myself in holiday mode. Because I mean, with the atmosphere and the way things is set up here, it's like you're on holiday. So we're kind of secluded and we're separated from the other world. I mean, the other day, right before they announced, right after they announced complete 100% lockdown in Phuket. See, in Phang Nga, we don't have a macro. So a friend of mine had to go shopping at Macro in Phuket, drive over to the border of Phuket, and we had to drive there and meet them there and pick up our groceries from their car and put it in our car because we were not allowed to go into Phuket and they weren't allowed to leave. So doing that was a bit like, oh my God, shit's really bad, you know, but being in these walls here, secluded from everyone, you know, it's like we're on holiday. You know, you watch the news and it's okay, you watch TV, everything just feels like man yu hang gai, it's far, you know. But then when we did that, it was kind of like, oh shit, this is surreal. Oh my goodness, you know, like that's scary. But anyway, so our days are, I am lucky because, you know, like after I do the baking and we play the games, we do activities together. Everybody goes and does their separate things. Sky will go watch a movie and I'll go sit and take a tan and, you know, anyway, yeah. You know, I'll lay there for an hour and then we'll all regroup again and then eat lunch, play a game. And then, you know, everybody goes and does their own thing and come back. So there's a lot of that to do. So yeah, basically, I've got a few businesses, which was, you know, I've got hair salons and I've got some makeup that I sell. So a lot of the stuff, my makeup has been doing all right online. So there is some cash flow coming in, but our hair salon completely shut. So that's 50 lives that's been affected. And so we're waiting for news that we'll be able to open May 1st. So that's why I'm going back to Bangkok tomorrow. Hopefully, you know, of course, there's certain protocols that we'll have to follow and things like that. And Cindy, I'll come over to your house and do your grays if, you know, you come over.
I had to do my boots out of a box, okay? Like,
oh gosh, I haven't even, we couldn't even get any. All the 7-Elevens here are all sold out. You know, all the hair coloring is all sold out everywhere. But anyway, so for us, it's like, because we're secluded, we've actually been feeling like we're on holiday. And I think it's a mindset, you know, it's like, it's a mind thing. You know, do we follow the news? Do we read the news constantly? You know, we're aware of everything that's going around, how many people are sick and, you know, how many cases, how many's passed away, you know, so it's kind of surreal, but I'm sure I'll get a different feeling when I am in Bangkok now, you know, starting tomorrow, everything will be a bit more like, oh, okay, you know, so yeah.
Yeah. Daniel, thank you. Daniel, you obviously, you know, like we all work in the creativity part of the business.
Yeah.
More or less between among four of us. For you in particular, you definitely have to use your creativity at work, right, on a regular basis. How is it now when you cannot go out, when you cannot leave the room or the house, and you kind of more or less stuck in one place? And even you go out, it's nothing much going on. There is no live concert or anything that you can stimulate you, or you cannot travel, you cannot go overseas, you cannot come to Thailand. And how does that affect you as you working in the creativity part? How is that affect you using your creativity to work?
Well, I think in this situation, our hands are tied, and we just have to find new ways of inspiring ourselves, new ways of channeling our creativity, and the weirdest opportunities crop up in the most unexpected of places. I did an interview with the CMO Asia podcast, and at the end of the interview, the guy said, "Would you like to do your own podcast series?" And that's how creatively unscripted. Oh God, I can't even say it. I don't even know the name of my own show. Creatively Unscripted with Daniel Boey was born, and I get to talk to other creatives like what we're doing today to find out how they're coping. And this has been kind of like a coping mechanism as well, that hey, if you think that your life is shit, there are other people who are going through the same thing or worse, and that kind of helps me cope and increases my empathy level as well. And that's why the minute I find myself starting to complain, I go, you know what, Daniel, don't bitch. Think of all the people who are worse off than you. Yeah, but you find ways of inspiring yourself. You have to.
Yep. I'm sure we all have to, it's like, I think if I have to stay in this, confinement a bit longer, my next collection gonna be inspired from like a pan or a lamp or a ceiling, chandelier,
Pajamas are good.
Yeah.
It could be inspiring from Peking duck.
Yeah. One of my biggest regrets is, do you remember I was supposed to come up for your anniversary show, the 20th anniversary, and we had a whole slew of events lined up, and my team and I said, you know what, let's not risk it in case we're not allowed back in Singapore and we won't be able to come back in time to do all the other events. Well, we should have come up because all the events were cancelled. Came back to nothing.
Yes. I mean, yes. When we did our 20th anniversary show, it's not a show, it's an exhibition.
Yeah.
We were lucky because we probably the last event.
Big event.
Last event that happened. And then it's after that, it started to go downhill, and I think we were very, very lucky. Anyway, the exhibition's still there, but it's shut. Probably it's will be reopening, so you guys can come and visit us.
It's not too late, right? Yeah.
I need to go. I haven't been. I was in Japan when you were doing your exhibition, the big launching.
Yeah, you've been in the confinement longer than anybody because you went to Japan and you came back and you quarantined yourself 14 days, and after 14 days they announced the lockdown.
Yeah,
that's right.
So right after quarantining myself for 14 days, I was out and about for about 2 days, and then it started to get a bit crazy, and then I decided, I didn't want to be separated from my son. So I said, okay, let's all go. It's probably safer in Phang Nga because we're more secluded, and it was the right thing to do, because I think, my husband and my son would have probably ended up killing each other if we weren't here. Yeah.
Okay. Don't worry. That is that is not in your house only. It's every household around the world now having the same problem.
Well, what's weird now, because they say that they've got this regulation saying that if you go out, you know, you have to wear a mask, right? You have to wear a mask. And so when I'm running, I'm actually wearing a mask. I've got my, you know, face covered because
right.
there's motorbikes, people riding motorbikes that still are passing me. And it's weird because I pass other people running and everyone's got like a mask. So it's like this is going to be the new normal, the new norm, you know, and it's weird.
Hopefully
You know
not.
what? And I think, you know, big events are not going to come back for a while. It's not like, oh, everything's open, we're going to go to have a concert or a fashion show or any kind of big event, which we are so dependent on our livelihood, our entertainment, our social connection. So that is something that I think we need to really prepare ourselves for, and not just people in the industry, but just like, okay, in a way though, you know, I feel like everything was getting so big, so much. It was just, the world was getting so like, let's outdo this one. Let's make it more extravagant. Let's produce. You know, I read somewhere, there was a quote like really early on, like, it feels like the world has sent the human race back to our bedrooms to have a timeout and to think about what we've been doing. Because we've just been like having the massive party and not caring about anything else. And now that we are confined, it really makes you rethink your priorities and what you really need in your life, which is not that much, to be honest. And so I'm hoping that this will become a good change in terms of consumerism, in terms of just waste that we create, and finding new ways, innovative ways to come together. So that's something to think about.
Yes, I think so. And you know, to what you have said, I think that the world or the Mother Nature has forced us in, so then the Mother Nature can heal herself. You know, now we have the better air, we have the better, you know, we don't have like airline flying around too many anymore. You know, a lot of production, like factory production, has to stop. So that is helping a lot with healing up the world. Not talking about Chiang Mai, that is in a very bad shape with the burning of the forest. Let's not go there. Okay, so come back to the creativity part of it. Cindy, every three of you always have things going on, always got the new projects, always have the new ideas about things. And university confinement, since you have to be in the room, in the house, have you created or have you planned any new project that inspired from this time yet or not?
I don't know necessarily inspired from this time, meaning about this time, but definitely I've got some ideas that I'm going to pursue. Like I said, I'm also, I've got a children's book coming out. It was supposed to be launched next month as well. That's been postponed, but I've written a children's book about body boundaries. So I do a lot of activism in women's rights, also just safety, body safety and respect and consent. So I wrote a children's book to be a tool for parents to, you know, talk to their children about these things and how to stay safe and how to speak up when you're not comfortable. So that hopefully will come out whenever we're out of this. But that's, I've got another idea for another book as well, but this will be maybe using a little bit more of my art, my drawing, my creativity. So that's something I have more time to think about now. But to be honest, my time is very limited now. It's hard for me to get just even like a couple hours where I can just focus on one thing. So that's been the biggest challenge for me, is like, okay, kids, mommy needs, you know, time to just think. But it's getting better. It's starting to crystallize a little bit more. Okay, and how about you, Daniel? Have you created any new project from this time?
Well, apart from the children's book and the children's books and the podcast, congratulations, Cindy, by the way.
Thank you. I'm really excited.
Oh yes, yes. Sorry, Daniel, you did the podcast, right?
Yeah. So that's been really good. And imagine just a month ago, I had no idea what a podcast was. So when Wayne said, would you like to be on my podcast? Yo, what?
Did you think that was something dirty?
Oh well, that's why I said yes. So now I'm getting in tune with all these Zoom, for instance. I have no idea what it was. So I think I'm increasing my tech knowledge now, and I think with all this knowledge, it can only result in newer projects. Knowledge is power, and people give me a lot of ideas to create new types of shows. And Cindy, you correctly pointed out that it's going to change the dynamics of live shows, of concerts, and all that. So when we all come out of this, it's survival of the fittest. It's the ones with the best ideas. It's the ones with the most forward-thinking ideas that will push the boundaries of how events will be perceived.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should do a virtual fashion show.
Yeah, something have to come up. Something have to come up. As you say, we will not have the opportunity to do the big show or anything like that for quite some time. I think probably until next year. So there will have to be some kind of platform that we can work. Obviously, it's gonna has to be online. So I'm thinking about something. I'm sure that you're thinking about something, Daniel, and I'm sure there are a lot of people thinking about what to do next in terms of the event organizer or fashion show, or because I believe that things gonna start to get to normal, but as Cindy said, it's not gonna be the big events. It's not gonna come back. And how about you, Kathy? You are the queen of projects. Have you got anything new coming up?
Well,
especially from this time.
Well, not really, only because I'm in the service business. So I'm basically more thinking about what's the new protocol that we're going to follow. We have to follow for the hair salon. Once right before this everything started to kick off, I just opened up my academy, teaching, I've got students who, want to learn how to walk like a model, be a beauty queen. So we were only about 2 weeks into that, and then we had to stop. So, what's going to happen there, is another thing. And I've just, it's just basically how to come back from all this. I haven't really thought about anything new because, I still have my hands full with the hair salon and everything. So, it's kind of tough. My students, we're teaching online, basically. So they're doing practice walking and sending their homework in to me, and I'm commenting and things like that. So, it's virtual reality, really. And it kind of sucks, but I guess it's, people will adapt to this new way of life once we know what normal is. It's going to be the new normal, so I'm sure things will get better.
Okay. Coming to the last part of the talk, we've been already over an hour, very fast. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a few questions. This is gonna be the stupid question more than anything important. And give me the short answer of each. And then let's go. How to see. First of all, I have to ask, I forgot to ask from the beginning that, if you have to, from the scale 1 to 10, how insane are you now?
I'm a lot better. I'm probably about a 7 right now.
7?
I mean, wait, scale of 1 to 10. No, sorry. I'll be I'm a 5. Okay. I was a 10. I will not lie. I was a 10. I had a massive breakdown. Like, but now I'm okay.
Okay, good. Keep the good work going. How are you, Kathy?
I'm a 3. 2 or 3. I'm on holiday.
Wow.
On day 5, here, everybody had tension. There were a few arguments. It might have gone up to like a 7. And then it quickly came down and everyone's chill. So like I said, we feel like we're on holiday here. So, you know, we're all like a 3 now, I reckon.
And how about you, Daniel?
Okay, I would say I'm a 1. I think I'm totally zen right now because I went from you know, everything, shows canceled, freaking out, stress got to me. I had a 39-degree fever, and when I walked into the clinic, everyone freaked out because they thought I was infected. I was in quarantine for 2 weeks. I broke out in a rash. So everything that could have happened has happened. So I realized that my one calming factor is my dog. You know, every time I start to freak out, I'll just time out, play with my dog, and she's the one who stabilizes me. So whenever I think, you know, things are getting out of control, I turn to my dog. So I think I'm pretty calm now. I say that now. Ask me again in a week.
Yeah, ask me again when I'm back in Bangkok.
Yeah.
Daniel, darling, don't tap on your computer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. Next, how much weight have you put on? Cindy.
Nothing. I've been really good. I've been working out a lot. And just watching not watching what I eat, actually. We've been I'm pretty proud of myself, actually. My other business is a gym. Sorry. My other business is a parkour gym, and part of that, trying to keep our customers engaged and actually still with us, has been really tricky because it's a fitness center, right? So we have online subscriptions where people have challenges that they have to do every day, both for adults and kids. So that's something we as a community look forward to all the time. So I'm quite proud to say I haven't gained that much.
That's good. How about you, Kathy?
I've actually lost weight because I've had all this free time. So when I got here, I was like 61. I'm down to 59 now. So woo! So I've just had loads of time to exercise.
Yeah.
So yeah, we twice a day, and we do a lot of swimming. So yeah. Besides, I'm in my swimsuit all day, so I don't want to. Yeah, so that helps too. Looking at your
That's
body
the best diet
all day in a swimsuit,
best
so you're like,
diet.
okay, don't want to eat.
And you,
Wear
Daniel?
a bikini. It's like
You in bikini as well?
Well, I have actually lost weight too, and that's because I started oh, hello, hi. I started an exercise and fitness program in December, and I signed up with 55. I've actually lost 4 inches off my waist.
Ooh,
Okay, it all started when
fantastic.
I couldn't fit into any of the sample sizes, and I had to wear my own clothes on TV, which was really bad. So I and when F45 was shut because of the lockdown, I decided to continue with the exercises. And you know, it took me so much effort to lose the weight. I don't want to put it back on again.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. What is the most recommended show on Netflix you can recommend to us?
I actually was watching Netflix the first 2 weeks. I watched 2 Korean series, Kingdom and Itaewon Class, and after that I have not turned on Netflix at all. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. I think we watch TV only in the morning for the news, and after dinner to wind down the kids, and then bed. That's it. Yeah.
Very good. And then
Yeah.
cinnamon roll.
Yes.
And you, Cindy, did you watch anything interesting?
Yeah, so we've been watching a lot of documentaries, actually. We watched one called Tiger King, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But something we've been doing with the kids is every night we watch documentaries now, because I figure that's one way, right, Aiden? So
yeah,
we watch.
One is the Secrets of Great British Castle.
Yeah, we're watching one where it's the Great British Castle. So all the different castles in Britain and the history, what happened. Unstoppable, about Brittany Hamilton, the 13-year-old surfer who got her arm bitten off by a tiger shark. The really cute one, I really highly suggest this one. It's called The Dancing of the Birds.
Oh, that one.
And it's these amazing birds of paradise and how they dance for their mates. It is so good. So good. He's doing one of the dances.
I think this best show online now is him dancing. All right.
It's really good.
And Daniel, you watch anything interesting?
Okay, I've been binge watching RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, yeah.
From season 1 all the way to season 11, and at the end of season 11, I go back to season 1 again. I just want to I just want to watch something light and entertaining. I watched Tiger King, and Tiger King depressed me. I kept thinking about all the tigers and what's happened to them and how they were
it's horrible.
It was really terrible, yeah. So that really depressed me, and I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna watch light, happy fluff.
Yeah. I would recommend Jack Whitehall, Travel with My Father. Have you seen it?
Oh yeah. Oh no. Is that
so
good?
Nice? It's so nice. It's not the word. It's so fun. It's very funny. And you know, the first episode that came to Thailand, that is horrible, but it's funny, and you should watch it.
Okay.
Anyway, next question. Have you got onto the Pornhub Premium yet?
I have no idea what that is. Can you explain?
Can you send me
Have
your
you?
password?
Have you?
No, you know you can be the premium for free now. Pornhub open it up for you.
I
So
don't
you
even
can
have
stay
time
at
for
home.
I'm taking notes.
Okay, next question. Who do you miss the most between hairdresser, Botox doctor, bartender, or your mistress?
the first 3, all of the above.
I have to agree with you there. Yep.
Who are you gonna go to
I
see the
also miss
first?
massage parlors. I miss massage.
Oh, me too.
Yes.
Badly. Yes. Okay. And the last question. If you can choose one place you can be now, where you want to be? Daniel.
Okay, you know what, I take care. I got a lot of foster children who are all furry and four-legged, and I really do miss them because I spend so much time with them. My weekends are always spent with them, and they're also Leah's play dates. I mean, I still connect with them virtually, but if I could, I would love to be with them. You know, I would love to. I do miss them. I miss them very much, and I'm sure Leah's my dog. Misses them as well.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Kathy?
Wow, listening to Daniel's, I feel like that's a beauty queen answer. It's so beautiful. Because I'm thinking bar.
Kathy, that's because I got a bar in my home.
Yes, I do want to go to the bar as well.
I want to drink I want to have a really nice, lovely, fancy gin tonic. With the fancy tonic and the fancy gin, with the pretty little,
Bartender.
fruit and the really pretty bartender and, yeah.
And you, Cindy, where do you want to go, darling?
I just want to go over to a friend's house and have a big house party. I miss hanging out with just people. It could be at a bar, but then you can't really talk. So I just want to like somebody throw a pool party. Your place? Who's throwing the first pool party or dinner party, please? Just to like see people and give them hugs.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
So basically anywhere that my family's not.
Great answer. Yes.
I've had enough family time.
okay,
Love you. Mommy's needs. Mommy needs.
Love you, but hate you. Okay, love. Thank you, everybody. It has been a very nice 1 hour 15 minutes chatting with you guys, and we should do this more often, online or offline. And Kathy, if you come nearby my macro, call me. I see you.
I will.
The macro.
I will. I'll call you when I'm in the neighborhood. I'll let you know. We'll see what time I get in the area.
All right, dear. And Daniel, good luck with all the show.
Be safe.
The book, and good luck with the family business. All other businesses. Darling, love you. Bye-bye.